bodies. Oh, it's funny. You finna walk away. Oh, you finna walk away. You ain't got nothing to say now. Like it's not. You ain't got nothing to say. Stop doing this. Stop walking. Stop doing this. Stop trying me. Stop doing this goofy stuff. I'm pregnant. I'm finna forget you.
All right, CO, start the show.
What up, it's the CO Show podcast. I am your host, CO, and today I got a mask on. Don't ask me why. I ain't gonna answer. Just keep it moving, buddy. Keep it on moving.
He must got his teeth done.
Julio, how you? Oh, one day.
Okay.
Cool. One day I'm gonna come in here and have veneers, but y'all gonna be like, oh, that nigga must be
Porcelain.
Right now, I ain't got
That nigga brushed today, bro.
Julio, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Glad to be back in here with you lovely people. Beautiful people, excuse me.
Ooh, beautiful.
I heard that.
Just because I sold the brother $20. That's what they, now I'm beautiful with 2 L's. I'm just playing. I supported my brother today. Y'all need to support too. He just dropped the comic book.
Yes,
so.
really super
What
dope.
can we find that comic book?
Proud of you.
Thank you. I'm sorry, what now?
What can we find it at?
Oh, you can find it at foresightATL.com. SIGHTATL.com.
Freaking dope.
The characters are your kids, right?
They are.
Yeah, that's super dope. I love that.
Gigi, how you doing?
I'm good. You know, it's Monday. My curls was popping before the rain got to stopping. So there it is.
Got your flowery vest on. jacket on today. Blazer.
No, I'm about my business. Gigi De Niro.
Hey, auntie.
See, it's always a hater in the mist, y'all.
Never that.
Love is still in the air. It was just Valentine's Day, no?
Yes.
What did you do for your wife on Valentine's Day?
Just balloons and a flower. We
Not
got
just balloons and a flower. What
I
do you mean
wasn't
just
gonna do
balloons
that,
and
my
a
nigga.
flower?
Be
Where's the
real
bell?
talk.
No, tell them why. Don't do that.
We're
Where's
going
the
on.
bell?
We planning 2 vacations,
Yes,
bruh.
That's why.
And that shit costs a grip.
They
She
had
getting
to- they
flew
had
the
to-
fuck out of the country.
Oh.
They had to
Patty.
prioritize.
Where y'all going?
The first one is just with the
Oh,
kids.
first
It's
one.
Orlando. Cruise
Oh,
out of
nice.
Orlando. The second
Dope.
one is out of Italy.
Oh, excuse
shit.
me.
That's where I'm getting married.
Yes.
She's getting flew the fuck out.
That's what I'm talking
Yes.
about.
Tiffany, how's your day?
Ball shit.
My day is great.
How was your
Productive.
weekend?
Very busy. Very
Okay.
busy week.
How about you, sir? How was yours?
How was yours?
I have this mask on, so no, it was a
Mystery
great
under
weekend.
the mask.
I ain't even mad. Had a
He
great
must have got a
weekend.
nose job. Did you get a nose job?
No, it would have
Hell
went up
no.
to the bridge. It's something to do with his grill. So
I
yeah.
am a black man. We don't get nose jobs or any type of face job.
Michael Jackson did. But
He's not a black man. He's a powdery man. He's not a black man.
He's blackity black. He tried to
I
to
have a
mess with
question
himself.
that kind of just came to mind as we were talking about vacation, Valentine's. So, as a married couple, are there any essentials that you pack in an overnight taking my wife to Europe kind of trip? Is there anything that you take?
We have the notion that we feel like we want to dress up every night, so more dressy clothes. Because
I was
usually,
thinking Fricky Liggies kind of things, but okay.
no, because a lot of shit. Well, you know what?
But boom.
Or maybe we're gonna let the
You know what? Rose, hey, Rose be having that shit popping,
I
bro.
love Rose.
Rose be having that
Hold on.
shit. Rose be popping, bro.
Go, Julio.
So you're okay with your wife using the rose while you guys are being intimate?
Hell yes.
Yes, it feels amazing.
Keep that shit popping. It don't.
Look at you, brother.
It ain't fucking with me, and it ain't going in me. Yeah, it's an addition to what I gotta do.
Yes.
So why don't you just go ahead and get them groceries at the same goddamn time?
So he won't. Hold on. He won't do
Exactly.
groceries,
Right.
Yes.
but he's okay with the rose.
Right.
Yes. You don't even hold on.
It's kind of
That is two different things.
It's two different fucking things.
That's
feel
two
like they're on
different
the same
levels.
platform.
No, I'm not.
That's like saying,
that.
hey,
I'm
he's
not
cool
saying-
with going to the airport, but he ain't cool with riding a bike to the airport.
No.
Hell no.
Right.
I'm not saying they're the same thing. I'm saying to you, it's kind of backwards.
Nah.
It's kind of like a lot of guys
Right. I
would
understand.
not be afraid of
with-
groceries.
right,
But
but
would have an issue
with
with
a
the
toy
rose.
being in the
Yeah, real
bedroom.
shit.
Yes.
Be-
Yes.
Because here it
None of
goes.
my
I ain't
friends.
putting my mouth anywhere. It's the toy is helping me out, bro.
So
that's
okay,
what I gotta fucking do.
CO, explain
Just
why a male would be, I don't know what word to give it, intimidated, not okay with there being a
Well,
toy.
I have an insecurity about that. Men don't want anything that they feel like is there to replace them. Simple as that.
That's why I was shocked
And-
that you even said that.
But here it goes.
But
To me,
it
it's an
feels good with
addition.
both.
It's an
Yeah.
addition.
Yeah,
So
but
are the
men
groceries.
want to feel like they're enough. Like
Not
that.
Right.
That sometimes.
I've
to
heard
a
this
man
before, that's what I'm
feels-
saying.
No, real shit. Sometimes to a man,
Damn.
if you need a toy,
Right.
it's just like anything in the whole dildo.
Right.
It's not a
rose,
dildo.
Yeah,
no,
now
I'm
dildo.
giving examples.
Now
Yeah.
dildo might be intimidating. I'll be like, bitch, what the fuck?
No,
But a
but-
vibrator,
no,
I
but-
feel like, come on, man.
Ain't like I broke out a horse-sized
Yeah.
dildo
Then
and said,
you're
hey,
having
help
all
a
these
nigga out.
orgasms. Is it because of me, bitch, or is it because there's roses on
Yeah,
your
but
clit,
those
you
are a
know?
lot of things that go through a man's brain. So that's why I'm
Wow.
very shocked because he's not okay with the groceries,
Right.
but he is okay with the toy because he feels like
I also ain't
it
good with
assists him.
sucking toes.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
just feel like those are two different things. Like,
Yeah, she ain't okay with nothing.
You don't
Yeah.
suck toes either, even in the moment. I can't say I love my toes, but in the moment, sure, you know, no. Wow,
Oh
Julio.
well, man. It is
I mean, it's
what
my wife,
Maybe
so
Europe will bust it wide open for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
hey, first of all, we
Maybe
fine
you'll
in that
come in here
department.
with like a fractured thumb.
Hey, first of all, we good in that department. Let me go ahead and clarify.
Say that part.
But I mean, I guess if the move straight me, I mean, it's my wife. If she's
Yeah.
clean, I don't have a problem
Right.
with toes. I just ain't eating ass. I mean, that's
even if she's clean.
fresh out the tub.
Okay,
right?
I mean,
fresh
maybe-
out the shower. 'Cause I think the shower was cleaner than the tub. But
Even with Brazilian. Damn. That's the wax.
No, I think it's
Oh, no,
step
I
at a
understand.
time. I think he's gonna come back with a fractured thumb. I think it's gonna be baby steps.
fractured thumb.
Wow,
We ain't coming
buddy.
back with no fractured thumb, buddy.
Maybe a baby on board.
Oh, that shit
Well,
ain't happening.
I'm
No.
glad their marriage is working out. Someone whose marriage did not work out, Mary J. Blige.
Boy, I thought
Yes.
I was about to
Couple
say it's
years
kind of
ago.
rude.
Man,
Mary talked about recently, basically saying she had to go on tour to pay
Yeah.
her.
That shit was
ex
crazy.
$30,000 a
A
month
month.
in alimony.
Alimony, yes.
I know that a lot of times women frown upon like men receiving alimony, because it's usually the other way around.
Yeah.
I guess I can't be mad at it. It's one of those things where it's like if your husband is your manager or husbander or whatever the
right.
fuck they want to call
Yeah.
it. Yes, he's entitled.
If
Wendy,
you maintain that
Yeah.
that lifestyle with
Yeah.
him and you guys break up, it's your obligation now to continue that lifestyle because
Yeah.
he was codependent
and
on you.
Wendy had similar circumstances, although
With Kevin?
I think with Kevin, Wendy, he was an actual he had an actual position.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they had to
Producer,
break bread
yeah.
with him like in one big check.
Yeah.
At one
Damn.
time
Yeah.
before he walked away.
Yeah.
Like from the company versus just Wendy. But
Mm.
Mary was in a shitty situation. She said she was broke.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is it's very weird to be like, oh, Mary J is broke. But we don't know people's lifestyles.
And
you
the way
got-
that things were as far as contracts and things of that nature with you having your own ownership back in the day is a lot different than there is right now. Hence Kanye West and what he's doing right now. You know what I'm saying? So,
we're gonna get there.
My thing was the alimony part. Okay, I get. I understand certain lifestyle.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily agree with, it, but I understand.
Oh, I agree.
But the fact that he spent all her money, it ain't a thing of him having to separate and still keep that lifestyle. He drove her to be broke. Cause you knew what her account was. Well, fuck it, I'm just gonna keep buying these Lambos or whatever the fuck he was purchasing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run her shit through the mud.
Yeah.
That's a fucked up individual.
Part of that is her fault though.
Thank you,
because
CO.
you have to take accountability when you have money.
yeah.
Yes.
And you're just
You do.
allowing other people to spend it.
Yeah.
And you never check to be like, well, let me see how much is in his account.
Yeah.
Let me talk to my accountant. Let me see what his spending habits. Because for me, I'm closer to poor than Mary J is. So for me,
Yeah.
and I teach my son this, nigga, you better look at your account. I look at my account every single day. Like, I don't know what tricks are going to happen tonight when I go to sleep.
Right.
So every morning, I open it, look at it. Oh,
Shit looks
Right.
normal.
I'm still here.
Right.
Fine.
Right.
So it's just one of those things
I dig it.
I think that people should do. She carries fault. I do understand. Because I always thought, like, she's super well connected. Like, Tyler Perry loves her.
Right.
Diddy
Right,
loves her.
right.
He's made plenty of money for
Stars.
Yeah.
for him. So,
Very
and
often.
they have big power where they
Yeah.
can put her in place to make money.
Yeah.
Very simple.
But that's a heart
Um,
of a woman not wanting to be, just wanting to supply and not thinking that someone is going to fuck you over in that way. So long as I'm being
Yeah.
completely open and vulnerable with you, then you're going to do the same thing, you know?
That part.
But you just dealt with Casey.
Yeah, I
whatever
mean,
his
I
name
dig
is.
And that's
it,
the
but
other thing,
still.
Keanu, right? The other
Yeah.
husband. That's the
You
thing.
just
It's
dealt with
like
that
Mary,
nigga.
Mary, Mary.
But look how successful
Mary.
her goddamn music is because we can relate to that dumb decision making
Yeah,
shit.
Yes.
absolutely.
She drops bangers. But
That's
sis,
the
you gotta learn.
That's the shitty part about music. You really have to be going through some dumb
Right,
shit
yeah,
to make great
unfortunately.
music. It is what it
Unfortunately.
is.
Right.
Anyway, on to another nigga who's divorced, Kanye West. We're not gonna
Yeah.
talk
My
about
Big
him
bags.
today.
Big
My
bags.
dog.
Big bag.
Kanye has said he turned down a $100 million deal with Apple.
Apple.
I don't know how true that is. I didn't fact check it. I didn't call Apple. It is what it is.
They didn't
but,
say anything, so I believe it.
Kanye started his own streaming service, Stem Player, and he receives 100% of the revenue, which is what he says. Over the weekend, and the album's not out yet. The album doesn't come out until tomorrow, or I guess tonight. Maybe tonight.
Right,
at
tonight, midnight. Yeah.
The
23rd?
Huh?
Or hold on.
They said he did about
Was it the 23rd?
It's the 23rd.
So
No,
that's
it's 22nd. It's
No,
tomorrow.
this is 22nd.
Okay, yeah.
That's why I said. That's why I said maybe tonight at midnight.
Yeah.
He was said in the first 24 hours when he turned the service on and allowed people access, he made somewhere around I think 1.2 million or something like that.
Yep.
At $200 a pop, which comes out to about 5,300 units.
Yes.
Now some people may laugh at that and be like, "Oh, he only got 5,200." Like, name someone else who sold their music for $200. Like, I think Nipsey was the closest
with 100
Yes.
He
for that
sold his
mixtape.
at $100
Yes.
a wop. How many did he sell?
It was enough to get the attention of the industry. I don't remember what Nip
I thought he
sales
made $1
was.
million.
Yeah, probably so.
But I think Jay-Z did a big part of that. I think Jay-Z may have spent like 10 grand or something like that with him
and bought
because
him.
he liked the idea of what he was doing and
Nice.
ownership.
that's dope.
So I do remember him doing that. But Kanye has said has basically doubled his money in the next 24 hours, and he's received 100%. Like I said, he has 100% ownership in that. And they basically compared it, saying what a regular artist had to do to make that money from their album. They basically had to sell 220,000 units.
Yep.
And it wouldn't even be their cut because that was before the record label and everybody else who has their hands in your pockets gets their hands on it. So shout out to Kanye, man.
That was genius.
Do y'all
Absolutely.
believe the numbers? I'm not against it. I'm just wondering if
I do.
because he controls saying
he generated 2.2 million in 24 hours. So it was 11,000
that's what Snoop put up.
units.
Yeah, I seen the thing Snoop put up.
No, but that's the second set of numbers. There was an initial set of numbers I think I sent y'all.
It's like 1.2.
It was the first 24 hours. It was like
Damn.
1.2 million.
That's insane.
But
That's lit.
I don't have anything against it. I'm just not participating because I'm not spending 200. I haven't liked the album since Twisted Fantasy, whatever it is, Twisted Fantasy.
What's the last
Dark
album that
Twisted
you heard?
Fantasy.
The last one that the gospel one he dropped about a year ago. I actually
you didn't hear-
So
purposely
you have
listened.
not
You
heard
didn't
Donda.
hear
That's Donda.
Nah.
Did you know Donda existed?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I said the
No,
man was
it's
in the
albums.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium
Yes.
for about the 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's albums that I knew existed. And I would listen to singles to see if I want to listen to the other stuff. And he never put out singles like the Blood on the Leaves. I didn't like that, so I wouldn't listen to the album.
Ooh, you don't?
That's
I
fire.
didn't. That's just me. I didn't like
no,
it.
No, I'm not mad at
That's
you.
off
Not-
Yeezus.
But it just tells me,
Yeah.
it explains something to me.
Nah, I don't.
If you don't like Blood on the Leaves, then
That
I
don't
don't really
mean.
know what to tell you.
That's why he didn't like Donda.
Right.
No.
Or-
Blood
It's
on the
different. He
Leaves
didn't hear it.
is
He didn't
damn
hear
near
it.
The last album, whatever it was called, I listened to it. The one I think it's Blue. Whatever the last one he dropped, with the same one that Drake dropped the album on that day.
Have you all seen his
Donda?
new the new first episode of his new Netflix
absolutely.
series?
Yes,
Genius.
Oh yeah, I hit
Yes.
and tip. Yeah, hell yeah,
Yes.
it was fucking dope.
Absolutely.
You like Kanye?
Oh no, I didn't say I didn't like
I have
him.
a question. Do you guys ever feel like? Have you ever felt like he was autistic? I've always felt
No.
that about
When
Kanye.
when you said that, I started paying attention. I don't think he's autistic, but I can see why you think that.
And I've just watched his mannerisms. I know a lot of autistic people,
Yeah.
and not that again he's been diagnosed. I haven't heard of anything like that, but just watching him, the way he maneuvers, the way, just his like small, micro, little expressions that he does too, reminds me of someone that is autistic.
He might be on the spectrum.
I do think that he has a mental illness, and I don't. I've heard people talk about it for a very long time. Say he's off his meds. I don't know if it's bipolar. I don't know if it's schizophrenia. I don't know which one it is, but I do feel like he does. I think that when you have schizophrenia, big events or big things that happen in your life set you off,
Catastrophic events.
especially if you're not taking your meds. I've seen a lot of reasons why people don't take their meds. So for Kanye, just looking at that special for the first episode right quick, his mom seemed to be a very big part of his life.
Huge.
I totally understood it.
She's a Libra.
She was very supportive.
She allowed him to be him.
She
In
did,
every way.
But he also really, really looked to her for guidance.
Oh, yeah.
a lot, or
He
acceptance.
trusted her.
Yeah, he did. So for me,
Or cancer.
it made me think about my mom, and I was like, wow,
Yep.
I can't imagine having to lose her, man. Like that's
The Rock.
that's next level. Great. Anybody, even if you don't like Kanye,
Yeah.
I challenge anybody to watch it.
Yeah.
you would
I agree.
like him, or
I agree.
you would at least like his story. You would
Y'all about to
understand
love
him a
this
lot
man.
more.
Man,
Yeah.
I love the fact that I need somebody to believe in me the way his boy believed in him.
I
He
was
gave
just
up
gonna say-
everything to film
Yeah.
his
Cootie.
greatness.
What impeccable timing too, while
Yeah.
he's going through what he's going through in his personal life as of right now, to allow people in 10, 15 years ago when it's like, yo, I've always been this nigga. I've
Yes.
always been this guy. Please
Yes.
don't play with me. I've actually
Yes.
always believed in myself. Y'all
Yes.
just didn't hear me shouting 10 years ago.
Yes.
So to see that live footage like that, raw like that,
Mm-hmm.
is like, man, he's always been this guy. Y'all just, we're looking through whatever y'all wanted to look through. Maybe Jay-Z's eyes, may it be the music, may it be Amber, whoever, but this has always been him.
Yeah.
So that much of the documentary I can appreciate very much.
It was really weird
Perfect
to
timing.
see him in a space of he wasn't broke.
No.
He had already produced half of the blueprint. So at that time, definitely as a producer, you were getting big pay. But he looked hungry.
Yeah, still, absolutely.
Because at that time, to be a producer and an artist was unheard of. Nobody was
Right.
getting that done.
Right.
Like, and I know people see him now and they're like, well, what's the big deal? Like, at that time, that was a huge deal.
Yeah.
Nobody
This
believed
man was
in
going
him.
office to office, bro, with his single. Like,
Yes.
come on.
He moved to
Office
New
to
York.
office.
The
with
people who
his
didn't
own
matter.
brand,
Yes.
people he's already
Yes.
signed to,
That's
and
called
they laughing
that's
at you.
what you call the grind, though. Like that's
Thank
the real
you.
Beautiful,
grind.
man. It's a beautiful
New York
thing.
has a different grind, like walking block to block.
Yeah.
I remember that back in the day. But at that, like I said, at that time, you were not gonna be an artist if you were a producer. People put you in a
box.
and kept you there. And most
Yep.
producers didn't want to be artists
Right.
or
Yeah.
didn't openly say that they wanted
They were
to be
completely
artists.
content with where they were at.
And I know his first big break record was Through the Wire. That part hadn't come up on the special yet,
Not yet,
but I
yeah.
do remember that, and that crossed over to be a pop record. I do know that. For
That
a
was
fact.
that. Well, the ending of the documentary, they were then going into the whole accident. So I believe maybe the second
Oh,
episode,
okay.
they're gonna go into that, which would
So
make a lot of
good.
sense.
Shout
Yeah.
out to him. Today's gonna be the Netflix special show, but
Oh,
coming
yes.
up in the next segment, we're gonna talk about the Tinder Swindler.
Oh Lord of Jesus! I finally watched it.
I need a class.
I don't know his first name. I know his last name is Lviv.
Lviv, Simon Lviv.
Simon Levine. Now we're gonna
Simon.
talk about Simon. Coming up, we are back. All right, now that we're back, we're gonna talk about the Tinder swindler Simon Lviv. A young kid. He looked to be probably in his mid-20s,
Yeah.
late 20s.
Yeah.
Starting out, or pretty much the whole thing. He looked to be in his mid to late 20s. It had these young ladies on there. They were white, and they were basically
On
talking
Tinder.
about their experience on Tinder.
Young Tinder.
It's really funny too because they're talking about Tinder, and I'm like, they live in a different country,
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're not in America like with
Right.
their experience, and I'm like, in America, the Tinder experience,
You know what
had
that
turned
means.
left field a long
yeah,
time ago.
long time ago. Yeah.
So it must have been still a good deal in other countries, but they talked about how they met this guy and he's a billionaire and we're a perfect match. No, you're not.
Within
No,
You think
24
He's a
hours.
billionaire's
yeah.
son.
Yeah, he's a billionaire's son.
He's a billionaire's son.
He
Oh,
takes
no,
them to
he's
these lavish
They just
dinners.
say he's a billionaire, and they showed up.
a
They're riding a
Harris.
Rolls Royce. They take it on a private jet, and it's like he sold them on a lifestyle.
And within
His dad's the
24 to
billionaire.
36 hours, they were sold. They were.
Yeah.
They were so.
Yeah.
And even she
Biggest
had really
Ponzi
good
scheme.
friends because her friends even said to her,
Yeah.
something doesn't
Something-
seem right
yeah.
about this. And
Yeah.
she's like, girl, it's a private jet.
Right.
What's not right about a private jet?
Right.
Busted
It's like,
up before a private jet.
What
Um,
have you done for him to even like you like this?
Yes.
Exactly.
You know
So,
what I'm saying?
Right.
so
Red
basically,
flag.
they hung out, had a great time, the first young lady. And
Well,
they
she
got
wasn't the first.
But I'm saying
Right.
the first young lady on the show.
Right.
on the documentary.
He had been through a bunch of ladies,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the actual 3 ladies on the show, this is the first one I'm talking
Right.
about. She basically said she had a great time. They got into a relationship. She loved him. And like all swindlers do, at some point he gave her a bullshit story saying, "Hey, I got people after me, my enemies, they want to get rid of me."
My enemies are after
He
me.
sends her this.
Ooh, I've been like, too bad. I'm praying for you, brother.
He created this stock photo basically of his
Yeah.
quote unquote security.
security
Yes.
guard.
And him bleeding from the top of the head.
And the ambulance.
Them sitting in
Oh,
an
and the
ambulance.
ambulance.
They even had a ambulance girl like
Yeah.
in on it where she was in the picture with them.
Yeah.
And
Woo!
that is what raised her concern. She's like, "Oh my God, are you okay? Let me help you in any way." He's like, "Yeah, they had to turn off my credit cards and now I can't use them anymore.
And I
Is
gotta
there any
fly
way
to
you can send me some bread?" And he's like, well, I need $30,000.
$30,000.
And she's like, I don't have 30,000. And it was so funny to me to see, because looking at her, you would think she had 30,000. I'm just assuming, but you would think she had access to $30,000, but she didn't. She must have had great credit because he said,
9
look,
banks.
go get you some credit cards and we can start there. Cool. She applied every credit card, every loan she applied for. They just kept giving it to her.
Cleared.
And I'm like, this girl must have A1 fucking credit.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what it is.
Oh, yeah.
So then he met the second girl who she didn't like him. She wasn't into him like romantically.
Yeah.
And she said that throughout the whole thing, but he did create a lifestyle that she had an amazing time. She hung out with him as
that's
a person.
the part I know.
She came from that though. That's what.
that's her
He's a
lifestyle.
great friend. And she said the last guy she dated was a diamond. Whatever.
Right.
He was in the diamond industry. So he basically, oh my God. He basically took the money from the
Swindled
first
her.
girl and spent it on the second girl.
Who's a friend.
And then ended up getting a model girlfriend.
Yeah.
And she introduced the second girl to the model girlfriend because she wasn't romantically interested in him anyway.
Right.
And they all hung out on yachts. And he kept making the girl every couple of days go get a loan, go get a credit card, give him the money. Then he did the boss of all boss things. I don't think nobody caught it. My nigga, you ain't taking a black woman or any woman of minority and saying, book these flights. And she gonna be like, hold up, who's this
name?
bitch?
Hold on, for you and your team?
Right.
Who's this?
Right.
For you and your team?
Like, she's gonna Google.
With no ring?
She's gonna Google.
I couldn't believe they got to that at the end of the doc. I was like, bitch, you just now? Are you kidding me?
Like, nobody Googled the names.
Because I was
of
at
these
some point
people.
one of
No,
these
they
girls.
Googled it, but he had like a set website and everything designed. Y'all
No.
seen the
I'm
documentary?
saying when he was saying
the
book
flight,
these flights,
Right.
Yeah.
nobody Googled. Like, there was his actual model girlfriend's
Yeah.
name that he gave
Yeah.
her. And nobody stopped to say, who's this bitch?
Later on they investigated it. That's how the first girl found the second girl. Yeah, that's how they found each other.
And the third girl was the recipient of. She basically got the upside and got the jump on him because the other two girls had put him out there.
Right.
Yeah.
So she wasn't beat out of as much as the first two were, but she was beat out of a little bit, and she didn't seem to be too bad. Like
She
mad
grabbed
about
that
it.
man's clothes.
The first girl was even saying, these 9 creditors are after me, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fly," and he flew her wherever it is that he flew her and gave her this faulty watch.
No. That was
It was
the
a
first
bad
girl.
check.
That was the second one. He gave the first girl a
Bad
check for
check.
$500,000.
Right.
Never cleared.
Right.
I'm like,
it never
girl,
cleared.
if you don't call your fucking bank tonight and
Yeah.
ask them, is this check any good? Are you serious?
Forget all that.
I'm
Did y'all
going to
watch
the actual
Inventing Anna?
Yes.
I did not.
That's
You
the one
have
you
to
need
watch
to
that.
see.
Very, very good
Before
show.
I didn't watch it, but before
That
we
one
get to that,
finesse.
I will say that the one thing that did stick in the back of my mind during the whole thing was he hadn't really he hadn't really done a crime yet.
No.
Yeah, the only crime that I did see him do was he kept using fake passports and IDs. Like, that'll get you
In trouble.
jail for fraud.
Yes.
In the end, he ended up serving 5 months in jail. Now he's out, and Simon Leviev seems to have. First of all, they said he's no kin to the actual real Leviev
Right. No.
family,
Yeah, those were all
who are
photo
real
crop.
billionaires
Like,
in the diamond
and it
industry.
looked photo crop. That's why this shit is just sick.
And he got out. He seems
Sick.
to have a new model girlfriend
Yes.
overseas.
Yes.
And he seems to have a job with Cameo, which, if I'm correctly, and I remember correctly, Cameo is the service where you basically get normal fans to pay you $40 and you basically give them a shout out.
Yep.
Yeah, like
Personal greeting.
personal birthday wish,
Yeah.
any of that stuff.
Yeah.
No
It's
fucking
probably
way.
a hookup place. I'm going to be honest.
Another
But no,
scheme.
isn't he in the States trying to pitch a dating show now?
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
And I guarantee you it's gonna happen.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
VH1.
Going
I'm
to
thinking
happen.
VH1.
No, I'm not thinking
I'm telling
VH1.
you, I'm thinking VH1.
I'm thinking Zeus.
Yeah, I'm thinking more
Netflix.
Yeah, I'm thinking Zeus, something like that.
Nah,
but I'm
fuck
not
it. Let's go
thinking-
E. It might even be E. I'm thinking E,
I can
actually.
see E. I can see E.
But the real question is, what is his real name? Like, you wouldn't even know what to call
They
him.
said it.
It
No,
was.
yeah,
It's Shay something.
yeah, it was. Is he
Shy.
Russian? No,
Yeah,
he's
it is.
Israelian.
Yes,
yeah,
he's
he's Israelian.
Israeli.
But no, they gave his full name. That's why they were able to go to the apartment and all of that. They talked to his mom who had a hunchback. Did you guys see that part?
Now I'm thinking, Chris Jenner finna jump on this motherfucker. He finna be a star. It wrote itself, bro.
That is
it
fact.
did.
It did right. Itself.
She can
And he
make,
served his time.
bro. She can make him into a star on E.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Anna was a beast. She was handling like
Yes,
banks
that
and
show. Yes,
I'm
that
talking
was
about off
pretty
for
awesome.
nothing. Like off of
And I was pretty happy to see the actress from Ozark in that. Yeah, that was actually pretty dope to see her in a starring role. Too.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Ladies, let that be a lesson to you. Don't be so visual. Like, don't assume that somebody got bread
I
just because
agree.
they look like they
I
got
agree.
bread.
Do y'all think that was some like gold digger tendencies that they thought, oh, he's a billion, so I'll just fluff him the money and
I think that
What do y'all
you know
think?
what? I won't say that. I will
yeah,
say
that's what I'm saying. Like,
I will say this.
how y'all feel?
Because women in general, not any color,
Okay.
just women in general, love security.
Okay.
I think she saw security and a lifestyle that she could not provide herself.
Okay.
And she would not have any time else in the world to meet a billionaire.
Okay.
And she saw her chance to live a great lifestyle, is what I
If
saw.
she could
And
just
risk it
sacrifice a
all.
little bit,
Yeah.
I'm
And
gonna get
risk
a
it
lot
all.
back.
Yeah.
That was what it was.
And
in
he
my
played
mind.
that because I kept trying to figure out before I saw it, like what would make these women give up so
Right,
much money.
right.
But he
right.
got like he was really consistent in the way he
Yes.
texts
And was looking the
and
part.
called. He looked the part.
But he was very consistent in the
deserves an
very
academy.
beginning, where it was like however long it took to sweep them off their feet, but it was constant dinners. There was at some point that she was just like, "Oh, I just want to go for coffee," and he was out of the country. And he flew in to have fucking coffee with her, and then left.
And nothing,
you know what I'm
no
saying? Like
red
that's
flag
big
in
ball
her
shit.
brain said,
Or to pick up some
"This
money.
nigga got way too much free time."
He had to pick up some money. That's what y'all don't know. That's the part they don't know. They
Oh, he would come in town for
such a
some bread.
sweetheart. Oh no, he's coming to get his next victim
He would
to pay for that
absolutely
coffee he
come
just
in
bought
town
your
for
ass.
bread.
That was insane how he finessed all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
But,
remind me
don't-
of some Atlanta niggas I met. Oh,
Don't be so thirsty for money.
They
Let's
ain't
get to
Atlanta.
it. Let's get to another finesse. His
They
name
ain't
is
Atlanta.
Corey Gamble. And Corey,
Wait, I don't see. I haven't. Go ahead. 'Cause I haven't heard
okay,
this story.
so basically,
Oh man.
Corey Gamble, the boyfriend
Right.
of Kris Jenner,
Yes. I
of
know
the
that.
Kardashian family, was caught in a club with a young lady who looks like a young thottie.
Was she white?
She's not white.
No, I think it's right.
She's one of those I got my body done types. I wear a lot of makeup types. And for me, all I saw was a bill. I was like, my nigga, you had a check.
right.
You gave him a check
For a
a bill. That's all you did. And for me, I'm just like, because some people were like,
Chris
well,
ain't
maybe,
going nowhere.
maybe,
Oh no, he's out. Yo, that nigga's out.
Shit.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think he actually is out. I think he
Okay.
is. Because
Out.
Kanye,
We'll talk about 2 more weeks, 3 more weeks.
Kanye,
So wait,
asked-
what Kanye had to say about? Because I saw what
Kanye laughed and he praised Kris for her hard work, and he said basically God is gonna reveal people, and
Oh, he was on Chris's side.
because he talked about how
Trying to
she
get
does-
back to
she
Kim.
does
You got to
great
be on
work.
Chris' side.
God is gonna reveal people. I know Rodney Jerkins stepped in and commented, who used to be a producer back in the day,
Heck,
who's super successful. And he talked about how Corey stole some beats of his to give to Corey's artists back. He had an artist of his own back in the day.
Interesting.
Which is not uncommon. But like I said, Corey hit the
What
lottery.
does Corey do exactly?
Like a manager, I think, in music.
Not
He-
Right.
I think
Everybody like,
I think
hold
he's
on,
a
let me
I think
Google
he's
that.
I think he's a manager.
what's he managing?
Let me
He
Google
eats
that
the
part.
groceries of his old shit.
Ah,
Oh yeah,
Say
you
that
want that nigga eating it? He's sucking toes, eating assholes.
I
Sir.
didn't know
He'll be
that
back
he
in
didn't
3
have
weeks.
an occupation. I didn't know he wasn't.
I
doing
don't
it.
know what his actual title is, but I just know he
Interesting.
runs
How
around
did they
with Kris
meet?
all the
Do you
time.
know how they met? or
I don't know. I
nothing?
do know
He
he's
just-
from Georgia.
Oh,
I do know
really?
that. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
What
he's
I
a
say
fucking
about these
scammer.
Atlanta niggas.
He's a fucking scammer.
He's definitely from here.
These
But
Atlanta boys.
Yes.
That nigga from Macon. I'm just playing.
well, I don't know if he's from Atlanta.
from
I know
Atlanta.
he's from Georgia.
It's not Atlanta.
It's not Atlanta.
But for me, it's like, bro, you had it made in the shade.
But I dig it, but you just don't know what's
You
going
don't
on. You
know.
know that tolerance
Chris
level of
probably
what
like,
I can
"Boy."
take and what I cannot take is just like, fucking, I'm finna go get me some. You
But
know
you-
what I'm
you
saying?
ain't-
Because that's the polar
That
opposite of what
geriatric
he got at home. You know that is not the first, last, or third time he did that, man.
No.
But he
just
ain't
got
get caught.
He
got
just
caught,
got
man.
caught.
Don't go in
You can't
public,
be-
bruh.
Got
you
caught,
can't be
man.
out in public
No,
with the
no doubt. I
thotties.
dig it. You lose your focus. You lose your shit.
Somebody got the
sometimes.
phone out.
Now, I understand
Nah,
completely.
bro.
But it might have been a reason.
He's been going right. There's definitely it's not picture perfect the fuck over there because they got a paycheck is what I'm saying.
Man,
Yeah,
let me tell you
Everything
something.
that glitter ain't.
Yeah,
gold.
go.
Me going to work every day ain't go. But let me tell you something. If it pays, I'm going to do it.
No doubt, but you leave work and you come home to peace of mind and tranquility, right?
Yes.
So I'm going home to this nagging bitch and all her nagging fucking kids and all these goddamn cheating ass husbands, and these motherfuckers is bringing attention over here, and I got it good.
And
Back the fuck
sometimes
up,
the fame
Tristan.
push niggas away. Like sometimes the fame,
This
man,
is too much.
No.
You don't know where that
no.
pressure's coming
Niggas
from.
ain't running away from that fame. That's what niggas is running towards.
Yeah, they running
That
towards
fame.
for a benefit, and then they're leaving
Yeah.
that ass,
Right,
as we all
right.
seen.
Well, we don't know about that.
He hasn't
because
figured out his
Hopefully he
exit.
secured the bag.
The last two niggas actually want their way back in right now. His name is Kanye. He wants his way back in.
Lamar wants his way back in.
Odom,
Lamar.
He wants his way back
Tristan,
in.
for sure.
Scott's the only one who seems like
Scott
don't
got
really
enough of
give
that
a fuck.
shit, bro.
But Scott
What do you
actually comes
mean?
from his
Her
own money.
ex.
Thank you, CO.
Her ex became a woman.
Yes.
Yeah, but she knew that already. She
Listen.
said she's known that for at least since
Oh,
1985.
absolutely. There's no way you would be able to hide that and be next to me
Yeah.
for X amount of years.
Yeah.
I absolutely know what the fuck is going
But
on.
I think that people get in arrangements because it works well for them. and
Absolutely. It's a
their family.
business.
It's a sacrifice.
business.
For
your
Listen,
family.
a marriage is a business.
And I will
okay?
say she's helped Bruce make tons of money.
Yeah,
Like he's
I
made
agree
he was
with
worth
that.
$100 million when he turned.
Bruce
'cause
got
he-
Woman of the Year.
I was literally
Did
about to
I
say this thing
more?
got
The first
woman
year
of
he
the
was a
year
woman.
without having.
Did
a
I
uterus.
say more?
Huh?
He was woman of the year.
So that
before
proves
having a
that even
uterus.
men are better at being women than women are being at women.
That don't
No, that
prove
proves
shit.
that you're still dumb as fuck. on your
And on that note, we will
Boom.
close things for the day.
Oh, my
Gigi, let me
God.
know where to find you.
Make sure y'all follow me at JIGI_DENIRO, baby. I won't bite.
And you can follow me on IG at Tiffany Feliciano. That's TIFFANY_FELICIANO.
Damn, that's long. You can find me at JULIOATL_. And you can find us at
The CO Show Podcast.
Thank you. You can find me at the.co.show. Again, that's at the.co.show. We'll see you next week. We out.
Gang gang.